After about 7 months worth of study and learning and thousands of words worth of notes and consolidating notes into cheat sheets and methodologies and all of this stuff, I attempted the PNPT certification and I failed. But I'm actually not disappointed. Now, about May 2023, I began to study for the PNPT. I learned a ton. I had just come off finishing the EJPT certification exam and I just wanted to grow deeper in my hacking knowledge. And from the get-go, this course was already more advanced and different to what I had been learning before. The focus was mainly on Active Directory. I learned a ton of privilege escalation. I learned what it meant to do an external penetration test and a lot about open source intelligence gathering. Now, I did all of the preps. I created a cheat sheet, I revisited course content, I read over other people's experiences and advice. I made sure I didn't leave anything uncovered that I thought maybe would leave me unprepared. I ended up scheduling my exam for the end of the year around the 20th of December. I finished work on the Friday. I started my exam that Friday night, 9 p.m. And by Saturday at 10 a.m., I had made a little bit of progress. And then I was stuck. I almost quit. This is the second day. I was so stuck for so long. I got stuck for 3 days on this external portion of the exam and I was like, let me in. So I retraced my steps. I had missed something really basic, something vital in my methodology. I finally made it onto the internal network until I got stuck again. I hit another roadblock and it was the end for me. No matter how I looked at the issue that I had in front of me, no matter what I did, I knew I was missing something basic and I couldn't move forward. I simply couldn't see it. I was exhausted and I was stuck and I eventually felt a little apathetic and angry that I couldn't get past it. I had studied for so freaking long. I just wanted it to be over. I just wanted to step back from it. I kept looking at the same problem, approaching it the same way, and I was just stuck in a loop. And then finally my environment time was up. I wrote my report, which showed me an aspect that I hadn't even prepared for and even thought about. How the heck do you even write a report properly? And then while writing my report, I realized I had indeed missed something super basic, something that I hadn't tried and I hadn't even thought of. I noted it down for the next time that I'm going to attempt it, and I submitted a write report and got a response within a couple of hours along with my hint. Now, you probably don't want to make the same mistakes that I made, so let me break down what I did wrong, the root causes of the issues, and just the solutions that I think that I've gleaned from this situation. The first thing is that I wasn't following a basic methodology. You know, I went in there guns blazing. I did the things that I thought I needed to do. As a new pen tester, I lacked the experience of developing a thorough methodology. My pen testing methodology needs to be better because it's really kind of crap. And this is something that I need to continue to grow in. One way that I've been doing this is trying to develop some sort of cheat sheet that will help me to walk through the different steps and not leave anything to chance that I may have forgotten. So that's the first lesson. My second mistake was that I was thinking way too complex and not going with the basics. I forgot this wasn't a CTF, and I know I make videos that say about other exams, this isn't a CTF. You need to make sure that you're treating this like a pen test. Yes, I didn't fully go in there thinking of it as a CTF, but I think because I lacked my methodology, I was making it more complicated than it really needed to be. The exam is testing you on the course content, whether you actually learnt what the course taught, and I was trying a whole bunch of different things that the course didn't even go through. So my encouragement to you is don't go beyond the scope of the courses. Make sure you stay within those guidelines. Focus on the basics of enumeration and AD attacks taught by Heath in the Practical Ethical Hacker course. Those are the main things that they want to know. These are that they consider as like a basic pen testing skills for an internal external pen test. Your basic stuff that you're covering. So make sure that you really understand those, that you've taken really good notes of those things, and that you've made a methodology. And even watching Heath's methodology, I think there's a particular video that kind of goes through how he would approach an internal portion of a pen test, and how he would do that. I would pay attention to those videos a lot more going back into it. And then the next lesson that I learned that I wish I had really thought about previously was that I forgot to enumerate everything. I forgot some of the basic things, like enumerating web directories and enumerating shares and those kind of things. Obviously, I can't go into huge details about the exam, but just really basic enumeration skills are really important. Enumerate everything. You have enough time. There's 5 days, 5 full days where you can sit down and really dive deep into every single thing that you encounter. So make sure you take the time to work through enumerating as much as you can before trying to exploit. If you can't exploit, then it's probably not what you're supposed to be doing. It's probably not a vulnerability. Probably move on. Look, I'm not disappointed because I learned some valuable lessons. And I don't mean that in a cringe way, but I'm happy I failed. It highlighted to me a few things that I need to work on, that I need to grow in. And I want to encourage you that if you go through this exam or any other exam, look at it as a way to learn from mistakes. Learn from things that the exam is trying to test you on, to see if you have developed the necessary skills to be able to pass that exam. I want to encourage you to learn from my mistakes, do better than me, and really learn from those. Don't let failure discourage you. Learn from it and press on. Hacking is harder than I thought, and it's still harder than I thought. If you have gone through the PNPT or are thinking about going through the PNPT, let me know in the comments if there's anything that I missed, or anything that you want to know about that, and I may be able to make a video about it. Leave a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.